when he was given visa free without his consent, and I pray that he gets a clear mind on whether to sign the agreement or not to sign it. I also send my condolences, my sad feelings to the women in South Africa who have lost their men to fellow men, and the men who have lost their wives to the fellow women. I talked to a Muzungu, and he was watching our lives so much, and he was asking, why are Africans fighting each other? What is the problem? He asked me, who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin, to hate your origin? And who taught you that there was a country, Nigeria, before the coming of the Europeans? And who taught you that Africa had borders? And he said, who taught you that your fellow African is your enemy? And he told me, who taught you that when they gave you independence, they gave it to you completely? So I have a question to the host and to the moderators. What is the main reason for these lives? Why do we host these lives that even make old men to cry tears? I know Nigerians have committed crimes, not all in South Africa, everywhere, but not all of them. And the crime that's created by the Nigerians, it may be 10% of the crime created in those countries. So I think we should find things that combines us together than things that are making us apart. The first time I came to this life, I felt trauma because I was listening. I had stories of xenophobia in South Africa, but I couldn't believe it. But when I came here, I had the tone of how South Africans are talking. Then I sensed xenophobia. Then I tried to understand, why is it like this? And it has come to my point of view that it has become a competition between what South Africa has and what other countries don't have. And then these African people are coming saying that, oh, we supported you to get your independence, we paid for this. And then they're saying that, no, we have the land, we have the biggest economy, our inflation rate is very low. It is the same thing as saying that my father has a car, my father has a house. It doesn't take us anywhere. These debates that we are having are sensitizing hatred among us. The truth is known by everyone. So there is no need of trying to make someone to know the truth. If Nigerians are doing crime in South Africa, they are criminals, and that is the truth. And those also have been convicted have been seen. If 70% of the South Africans are having land, that is the truth. If South Africans are not in management in the country, that is the truth. So it is more better to focus on the problems that are happening other than instigating hatred. This is very serious. The Muzungus are listening to this live. They don't want a person like me to speak. They would rather entertain Ganda, threatening that Nigerian gentleman. They will entertain Mr. J. They will entertain Mr. Kai. How can you find a fellow black African shouting with this one, exchanging words? A little time we would have used to make economic integration, trying to put up different projects. There is a kid who invented a machine that was trying to reduce electricity power using in Western Cape. The project was taken by the Bazungu, and even the guy was killed. The boy in Zimbabwe who had introduced the
guy was unalived. It's unalived, my brother.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who was they were unalived. All the inventions in Zimbabwe are unalived. So, my dear South African people, we are not your enemies. All of us, we have criminals. And every person is a possible criminal. People are talking here as if they are angels. No one is an angel. Even Jonah, he was a prophet, but he became a criminal. That is very simple. Life makes people change. But we are not going to come every day, 1 week, instigating hate and hatred, Nigerian South Africans. This is not going to take us anywhere. 200 people on this live listening. If there would be one point that is joining us, it would be more and more productive. I hear people saying, hey, South Africans, Nigerians, there is no progress without unity. That is it. Illegal immigrants are not allowed. But we are not going to be focused on the issue of illegal immigrants until then. It is, we are going to become bad people. You may find me in office, not speaking as I speak here, and you say that is this the man who was speaking. It is because of the hate I find here. Then someone will say that, what are you doing here? If you're feeding hatred, it is our responsibility as the Africans. Yes, I'm coming. It is our responsibility as the Africans. Simply because the independence that South Africa got, it didn't get it only as a country. It was through a collective effort by the leaders of other countries and even the citizens. And they had meetings like this one. Like, why don't we do like this instead of doing like this? So this topic that is here, I'm not going to comment about it. We have had these topics for almost 14 days. My request is, if there are some other things that can join us to be one, I will discuss about that when it comes. But so long as every time Nigeria versus South Africa, this versus this one, yet there are other problems happening in Nigeria that Nigerians are not solving, and other problems happening in South Africa that are even sensitive, you ignore them, and then you take the hatred between this and this and this one. I'm not in for that. So I'm not debating on the topic. I'm just looking for peace and reconciliation. Thank you.
Okay, my brother, thank you for your submission. In a perfect world, it makes perfect sense, but it shows me that you didn't even read what's on the screen. I don't think that you understand, and I think that you have knowledge of what's happening between South Africa and other African countries. I don't think that you are listening. I don't think that you know what's happening on the ground. I don't think that you know what's at stake. I don't think that you understand why we're having this life day in and day after, and it's not only this life. I don't think that it's concerning to you, or it's burning to you, or do you have anything to lose because it doesn't affect you directly. I feel like you are speaking from a point of privilege, and these things, all of them, they don't affect you. That's why for you it's easy to say that Abazungu, they are not doing this. Let me tell you, most of us, we are privileged to be in close circles with Abazungu. They're doing the same thing that we do. They are foolish, they are smart, they have lives like this, but unfortunately they don't allow a lot of black people in those lives. So you won't see them when they fight. And you have to understand that they are less in number compared to us black people. Their population is not that much, you understand? So that is why you will not see their lives everywhere and everywhere. The reason why the lives of black people are noticeable is because we are more in number, you understand? So the unity thing that you're talking about, it's a beautiful story. But up until you listen to what South Africans are saying and you understand You understand? That's when we can talk about unity. I don't think that when someone is in pain, when someone is bleeding, and you can talk about unity, I don't think that's being fair. I think that you need to be a little bit considerate, and you have to have a heart and have an ear for once. Just listen. You understand? Do a research and see what's happening on the ground. Are South Africans overreacting about this thing? Is there something wrong that is happening? Don't tell us about. I'm not interested about when you're saying Orania, Western Cape. You understand? Some of us, we have properties. You understand? So even if whatever thing that you say Western Cape will be taken, I don't think that it will be possible, because as black people will not allow it. And when I say black people, I'm not talking about Africans. I'm talking about South African, indigenous South African people. We are not afraid to be unalive. We will fight this land to the fullest. And the Orania story, some of us, we own farms. I'm not thrilled. I will not be excited to go to another farm, because Orania is a farm. So whatever that Orania has, I have. And many of my brothers and sisters have. So I don't think that why should I go to Orania? Am I that desperate to go to a farm? There's a lot of farm that I can go to. Plus, they are not even my people. What will even push me to go there? You understand? So sometimes, guys, I understand that we want to come up with facts, we want to win debates, but at the end of the day is we have to look at issues. We don't just have to want to prove right. You can win the debate, it's fine. You can come and throw a lot of points and do research and come with stats and crush the whole Google for that matter. You understand? But at the end of the day, if the problem still remains, this kind of resistance will not stop. The unity that you guys talking about will not stop. The hatred will go deeper and deeper up until it becomes physical. And I hear most of you guys keep on saying that there's an unaliving and stuff like that. I don't know where it's happening. You understand? I don't know. I don't know where is this unaliving taking place, why the media is not capturing it, why the states are not capturing it. During the last Xeno encounter, 9 South Africans were unalive. All in all, the people that were unalive in those encounters were 11 people, where 3 are African migrants. And I'm talking about something that has been documented. I'm not talking about something that has been hidden. But now, when you guys, now your people, your brothers and sisters are becoming are becoming victims of criminality in South Africa, you summarize the whole thing and say, that's Zeno. If someone has been hijacked by criminals, you guys are putting the whole incident now, it's Zeno. No, all of us, we are affected by crime. White, black, Indian, Western, you understand. You can name it. So we have to be factual. We have to also learn to tell the truth. In your research, try by all means to also tell the truth. I said that I will not answer the question of the PIC. And I know that you guys know, all of us. And Ms. K, I think, will also can answer that. Tripendri did mention about that. And also, my brother, DSTV and ShopRite are not the only establishments that we have in South Africa. We have over 100 companies that are listed on Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We have commercial farmers that are black. We have manufacturing companies, some that you have never heard of them. But if you can walk into their establishment, you will be shocked that you have even never heard of these people and how huge they are. So when we look at things, don't look at South Africa, just South Africa's MTN and its ShopRite and its DSTV. No, there's a lot of other establishments that make South Africa. That is not even the tip of the iceberg of our economy or our companies that are here. You understand? We have a lot. But unfortunately, you know those ones because they could be in your country. You understand? But this is not the only countries that only companies that are there. And I understand maybe because also there's not much companies. I don't think there's even one company that is in South Africa. I know few companies that were invited by the Johannesburg Stock Exchange to be listed while they're not even trading in South Africa. And another company I think that wanted to come and be established is Access Bank, and which is not even a bank. It's more like of a stock firm, kind of. You understand? But we it's not something that we say it's small. We start somewhere.
I have a question.
No, you'll have a question. I'll give Miss K, and then yeah, it will go. So I wanted to.
According to what you're speaking, I want to drop off.
No, I also want to drop off. That is why I want to give it, because I give everybody an opportunity to talk.
But don't
Okay,
comment.